Hello, everyone. Welcome to a different episode of the Esports Report today on, what is today? Today is, Tuesday. Tuesday, July 18th, 2017. I'm switching up the format for maybe a few days or so because I will be in Texas for a orientation, for college orientation, and I probably won't have access to a good camera. I'll probably only have good access to a microphone and low-grade editing software. So for the next couple of days, I'll be doing this in a podcast form. I will still be showing you guys some like replays and reviews, but the entire thing for a few days, for a few episodes, is going to be just straight, uncut, my voice. And so, yeah, sorry for the change. Hopefully we can get it back to the camera style that I've been doing for the past 2 episodes. But I should probably start the intro right now. That's a fair warning. So I'm going to start the intro now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Esports Report. Today we saw Day 3 of the PGL Major Tournament in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So without further ado, here are the scores from today. Penta beat Vega Squadron by a hair, 16-14. Even though Vega fought their hardest, they are eliminated from the major. Flipside beat FaZe in an upset victory, 16-10. FaZe is also eliminated from the major. North beat Mousesports in overtime, 19-15. Immortals upset Natus Vincere, 16-10. G2 edge past Cloud9 in overtime, 19-17. Gambit beat Virtus.Pro 16-11. Gambit has qualified to the major quarterfinals. And the biggest story of today, Big upsetted SK 16-14, qualifying Big into the major quarterfinals and into the next major with legend status. So, yes. So on that note, FaZe lost. FaZe, the number 2 team in the entire world right now, according to HLTV, didn't even win a single game in the PGL Major. I'm thinking they got tired out in Cologne last week, but SK, Cloud9 have not done that at all, along with Big, who played a show match in Cologne against alternate attacks. In fact, Big has made it to the semifinals, as we all know. In fact, so far out of the 11 teams that have attended both the major and ESL1 Cologne, only FaZe has been eliminated from the major. Also, teams who are horrible in Cologne have done pretty well in the major. For example, Immortals went 1-3 in Cologne, but now they are 2-1. Mousesports, North, and Fnatic, who left the group stage in Cologne, are 1-2, 2-1, and 1-2, respectively. They have a pretty big margin of failure or of success. We don't know at this point because Mousesports and Fnatic are in the elimination games with a 1-2 record. But North, who did probably the worst of all in Cologne, one of the worst of all in Cologne. Actually, no, Virtus.Pro did the worst in Cologne. They got a 0-3 record, but they are now in a 2-1 matchup here in Krakow. Is there a correlation? We don't know. I don't know. I tried to make a graph, and I completely failed at it. However, yeah, burnout. I'm going to be coming back to this during this episode, but burnout is one of the biggest, baddest things in esports right now. Teams go up to the top very fast, and they get invited to so many tournaments that they can't even function. You know what I'm saying? Like, SK has been doing pretty well, but they're about to get, down. Coldzera and Fallen have both said that burnout is really affecting our team, and hopefully we won't screw this up. So yeah, burnout. Now, the big news is Big. See what I did there? Big defeated SK Gaming in a huge, major upset. HLTV's forums, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, everywhere that they're talking about Counter-Strike, everyone's freaking out about it. Big, a team that did not exist 9 months ago, has beaten SK Gaming, the 2-time winners of a major. They have made the finals in like the last 4 majors, I believe. Everyone is freaking out. that Big, a little-known team that just came out of nowhere, beat SK. Only phases now. Sorry, I read the wrong part of my script over here. Now SK hasn't been eliminated. They only have a 2-1 record, and they will advance with a win tomorrow. Thing is, this was supposed to be an easy match for SK. SK was supposed to win. In the minds of everyone, they were supposed to win. Even right here, I have HLTV.com pulled up, and the recent activity, I'm going to read this off in order. Big assholes. Germany, no scene. Big unprofessional, ? Bug Clan. Big equals hypocrites. Big cheaters. Big undeserved, Big still cheating, how to beat Big. And that's all in the recent activity. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 out of the, I think, 15 of the recent activity slots here on HLTV on the forums. That's crazy. After Big beat SK, I went on to HLTV to check out the news and stuff, and every single one was about Big beating SK. And yeah, I mean, everyone's freaking out, and this is spurring something in my mind. I'll get to that in a second, my opinion about the scene and everything. But thing is, this was supposed to be an easy match. They choked. SK got to 14 and choked. And Big made it back. I mean, all I can see, I'm gonna look at the recent matches or whatever. Here we go. Let's see here. Try to find the. Yeah, I mean, I looked at this at the detailed stats here, and I was like, wow, okay, so Big won the first 3, then SK won 1. And yeah, so SK won the first half. And then they were coming back. They got up to 11-12. 10-11. I know, hold on. 10-5 was the scoreline here. At the halftime. SK leading by a comfortable 5-point margin. However, Big came back in after half and made it all the way back to 10-11. Then SK tied it up 11-11, and then it became a different story when it got to 12-12. Then SK got up to 13-12, 14-12, and then Big won the whole thing in the last 4 rounds. SK choked. When was the last time you heard anything about SK and choking in the same sentence? It was MLG Columbus semifinals. Liquid versus Luminosity. Liquid was at 15, both games. SK/Luminosity killed them in overtime, both times. That hurt. That hurt. As a North American Counter-Strike fan, that hurt. Anywho, every single match played against Big, SK has had a 7-0 record until now, where it counts in a major. Now they have a 7-1 record, but that doesn't matter because it's a major. Now, again, burnout. Is burnout a question? Maybe. I mean, SK had a roll from IAM Sydney all the way up to Cologne, winning first in every single LAN except for placing 3rd in the ESL Pro League finals. Because of this SK loss, the 2-1 side of the bracket is super brutal. You've got SK, G2, Astralis, Immortals, Virtus.Pro, and North. 6 of these teams. Let's see. G2, Astralis. Hold on. Wait. I'm going to check here. All right. Astralis, Virtus.Pro, North, SK. 4 of these 6 teams are legend status. That's kind of crazy. SK is going up against Immortals tomorrow, which could be potentially risky right now, as I see it on the matches results on HLTV.org. I'm going to look through here for a second. Hold on. Where is it? I can't find it. Remember, this is all uncut, so you can hear everything I'm saying right now. Scrolling down. Here it is. All right, SK versus Immortals. Right now, SK at on the pick a winner page on HLTV.com, SK has a 73% chance over Immortals and Immortals has a 26.6% chance of winning according to the fans. But the last time that happened, FaZe had the same record and Flipside beat them today. Can we see a potential Immortals getting into the quarterfinals? SK waiting till the 5th round, and maybe they'll lose. We don't know. Of course we don't know. That'll all happen tomorrow, and two teams have a pretty big history together. SK has won 14 of all 18 matches they played, but Immortals could get pumped up by playing a rival Brazilian team. And the past 2 wins for Immortals have been fairly recent at ECS Season 3 and DreamHack Open Summer. DreamHack Open Summer being the most recent win Immortals have against SK. If SK goes to round 5 with a 2-2 record, heads will roll, and I think both SK and Immortals can qualify. On the other side of the table, we have Virtus.Pro, the finalists from the E-League Major early this year, losing to Gambit. Gambit, however, has been a consistent legend status since qualifying for MLG Columbus last year, and with the addition of Zeus, they have really gotten up the ladder from before. Will they make a splash in the quarterfinals? It depends. Based on their form, I really think they have a real chance to run for the title. Before, they have almost always either they've always lost in the quarterfinals. They've never made it to a semifinals, to my knowledge. And they've always lost in the quarterfinals. Kind of like Na'Vi, except for in MLG 2016 when they made it to the finals, but that's debatable. For example, hold on. I'm trying to find my place. Alright, right now, CS is a very big Wild West. Before, you had a handful of teams that have gotten legend status every single time. Fnatic, NIP, you've got, reading off my list here, Na'Vi, you've got Gambit. Basically those 3 teams, Fnatic, Na'Vi, and NIP, have been fairly consistent since the beginning of the Counter-Strike scene. Not the very beginning, like the beginning of the Counter-Strike global offensive scene. And, sorry, that was my chair. Fnatic is in a very sticky situation because they only have a 1-2 record. It doesn't help that they are playing against Na'Vi, another consistent legend status team. And if I pull up the page for the match on HLTV.com, found that one a little bit faster, it's very split down the middle. Nadish Vinsiri is edging out on the pick-a-winner scale 50.8%, while Fnatic is 49.2%. This can literally go any way. In the past, however, Fnatic has won, let me get to my page here. In the past, Fnatic has won 42 of the last 57 games against Na'Vi, but like the SK versus Immortals game, this is split right down the middle, even more so than the SK versus Immortals game. One legend will fall to Malo, and depending what happens, maybe both Fnatic, SK, and Na'Vi, all 3 of them, might lose. This is crazy. Now, I don't think SK really, but I think maybe based on the recent form, Na'Vi and Fnatic might completely fail. Yeah. And I'm going to pull up the ESL1 Cologne page on Liquipedia. ESL1 Cologne 2017 on Google. Here we go. How did both of those teams do? Well, Fnatic went out 9th to 11th place. They didn't really do a whole lot of good stuff. Fnatic just sucked at this point, but they were up there. They almost made quarterfinals. However, Na'Vi got 3rd, 4th again with FaZe Clan. So again, burnout might be a question, but who will win? This is crazy. With Big winning today, I am seeing a huge change in the CS scene right now. It was kind of echoed at the E-League Major, and in the massive break between Cologne and Atlanta, our scene is changing. The younger, newer guys will start gaining more traction than before. Our giants, Fnatic, Na'Vi, Virtus.Pro, they won't have an iron fist on everything much longer. We all knew, It will happen. They would fall sometime, just not now. This might happen tomorrow. They all might fall tomorrow, and this would be crazy. They might just fall. And we may see an end to Fnatic's reign in securing a legend spot at every single major. I'll tell you this, at the next major, whenever or wherever it is, it will have tons and tons of new talent. And there won't be the 4 old guys anymore, the 4 best teams ever. You might not even have Fnatic or SK at the major. That is all possible. Now, let me get to my brain thinking here real quick. There won't be 4 old guys anymore, maybe just 1 or 2 in the major. And the whole scene will be unrecognizable from what it was a year ago. Change is good, don't get me wrong. Change is great, actually. I mean, pretty soon teams like Space Soldiers, Red Reserve, Heroic, teams that rest on the middle of the rankings will do a flip with the teams on the top of the rankings right now. I'm predicting that it will be very fairly soon. And if you're a 15 or 16-year-old and you have 5 or 6 friends that want to do a squad together, I should say go for it. Train. Play. Do it. Because if you get good enough by the time you're 17, 18, 19, you might have a very good chance of becoming major champions. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love SK and Fnatic and Na'Vi and sometimes NIP in certain situations, but they're going to all fall. They're all going to lose their form. I mean, look at Virtus.Pro. They're all 30-year-olds, mainly. I mean, if I look in their page, let me just check here. I mean, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of Will Big Be Punished or SK Kick everywhere right now. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Let's see. Virtus.Pro versus North. They have a good chance of making it back into the quarterfinals, but so does North. But Virtus.Pro is the upper hand on the pick-a-winner scale right now, and now, however, head-to-head, North has beaten Virtus.Pro 11 times versus Virtus.Pro beating them 8 times. So North might have the upper hand. This is the most extreme, intense major I have probably ever seen, and my favorite team, Liquid, isn't even in it. And I am hanging on the edge of my seat right now. This is crazy. Like, you've got Mousesports versus Cloud9, which it looks like it could be, it could go either way. I mean, Mousesports are a pretty good team, but they have a 1-3 record. Cloud9, pretty good team so far. They qualified for the major, and that's where their huge high trip got them. I mean, they got to second place at Cologne this year. Penta versus Flipside, it could go either way because Penta performed awesome in the major qualifier. So has Flipside. And Flipside qualified, beat Liquid in overtime, and have, they beat FaZe, the number 2 team in the world right now. Again, could go either way. Na'Vi versus Fnatic very much could go either way. G2 versus Astralis, I don't know. I mean, there is no one standalone winner right now. And North versus Virtus.Pro. Virtus.Pro has been performing very well right now in majors. But North has the upper hand with more wins. And whoever loses goes into the 5th round anyway, which they could still qualify. And finally, SK versus Immortals. And Immortals have been up and down in their talent. They could get pumped up because this is a Brazil versus Brazil. And this could be huge because SK might lose or Immortals might lose. Yeah, I mean, the scene is changing. New teams will take over while the old ones will fall. We saw it happen with NIP. Will they be able to make up for the deficit? Maybe. I mean, depending on their talent right now. They made the Cologne semifinals. They were just like Liquid, going out with a 3-0 record. I mean, train hard, because the whole scene will be completely different by early to late 2018. This is your chance to make a name for yourself. Whew. Okay. Podcasts are a lot more intimate than videos because you can get a lot more emotional in some respects. Again, thank you for watching or listening at this point to the Esports Report. I'm going to be leaving you guys with one clip. It's all of Big's reactions to them beating SK Gaming. And yeah. So I'll be on the road tomorrow, leaving for Lubbock, and hopefully once I get there, in Texas, in Lubbock, Texas, I'll be able to record the next episode and react what's going on because, you know, cell service, don't want to use up all my data watching games. But yeah, this will happen tomorrow. Yeah. Everyone have a good day. Stay tuned for the 4th and 5th rounds of the PGL Major. And hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. So, good day. And stay lit. I don't know how else to close this episode. So yeah, see you later. Here's your the big winning Twitch clip. Okay, bye. All right, bye. Okay.
Tried some more contact plays. We saw that explosion from the A apartments didn't really work out, and no matter how good, if he had 2 more 4K rounds in a row like he did against Penta, that's what they were missing, Paul. 8 more kills, he would have 36. You know, it would be above his average, and I think we should blame Cold Zero for this loss.
I love the reactions.
Why not, right?
I love the reactions of this team. It's just magical to watch them.
So also, I mean, you have to compare